The comment wasn't shouted. That's what made it worse. We were at my parents' house for a family party. Birthdays bundled together. Too many people, too much noise. The kind of gathering where everyone pretends things are fine. I had cooked. Not because anyone asked me to, but because I always did. I spent 2 days planning the menu, bought ingredients with my own money, cooked early that morning while everyone else slept, cleaned as I went, tasted, adjusted, plated carefully. Food was the one thing I was proud of. People were eating. Plates were mostly empty. A few cousins even went back for seconds. I was standing in the kitchen rinsing dishes when I heard my mom's voice from the dining room. Casual, almost bored. "Well, no one actually likes the food you cook." The room went quiet. Then my dad laughed and added, "Yeah, they're just being polite. You know how family is." Someone chuckled. Someone else changed the subject. No one looked at me. I froze at the sink, hands still in soapy water. My face burned, not from embarrassment alone, but from the familiarity of it. This wasn't new. This was a pattern. Anything I did well had to be shrunk. Anything I cared about had to be dismissed. I walked back into the room slowly, drying my hands on a towel. My mom noticed me and smiled like nothing happened. "Oh, don't be sensitive," she said. "We're just being honest." Honest? That word had been used against me my entire life. I sat down quietly, ate the rest of my food, even though my appetite was gone. Around me, people kept eating, complimenting each other, avoiding my eyes. My aunt leaned over and whispered, "I thought it was good." I nodded and smiled. That reflexive smile I'd practiced for years. Later, when dessert came out, store-bought cake, too sweet, half frozen, my dad made a show of praising it. "Now this," he said loudly, "is something people actually enjoy." Laughter again. Something inside me shifted. Not snapped, not exploded, just settled. That night, after everyone left, I cleaned the kitchen alone, packed leftovers into containers no one asked for, scrubbed pans until my fingers hurt. My mom walked by and said, "Next time, don't bother cooking. It's not really your thing." I didn't argue. I didn't defend myself. I just nodded. But later, lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, I replayed every moment, every comment, every laugh. Every time I'd been told, directly or not, that I wasn't enough. And for the first time, instead of feeling ashamed, I felt clear. If no one liked the food I cooked, then I'd stop cooking for them. Not out of anger, out of choice. I opened my phone and scrolled through messages I'd ignored for months. Local events, community boards. A small message from a cafe owner I'd met once who had asked, "You ever thought about cooking professionally?" I hadn't replied back then. That night I did, and that was the moment everything quietly began. After that night, I stopped cooking for family events. No announcement, no drama, just absence. The next gathering came a month later. Another birthday, another excuse to gather. My mom texted me the day before, "What are you bringing?" I stared at the message longer than I should have. Then I typed back, "Nothing, I'll just come." 3 dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. "Oh, okay," she replied. "We'll figure something out." When I arrived, the table was full of takeout boxes and mismatched dishes. Cold food, greasy bags, no effort, no pride. And suddenly everyone noticed. My cousin whispered, "Didn't you used to make that amazing chicken dish?" Someone else said, "Yeah, where's your food?" I shrugged. "I was told no one liked it." Silence. My mom shot me a look. Sharp warning. Later in the kitchen, she hissed, "Why would you say that?" I met her eyes. Calm. "Because you said it first." She scoffed. "You're being dramatic." Maybe, but I didn't cook. Weeks passed, then months. I cooked at home, just not for them. I started taking small orders, friends, coworkers, friends of friends. Nothing fancy, just honest food. People paid, people thanked me, people asked for more. That cafe owner, he invited me in again, asked me to do a weekend pop-up. I said yes before I could talk myself out of it. The first night, I was terrified. The kitchen was loud, fast, unforgiving. But when the orders started coming back empty, clean plates, wiped down, I felt something unfamiliar. Validation. Not forced, not polite, earned. The cafe sold out. They asked me back. At the next family dinner, I still didn't cook, but this time people talked. "I heard you're cooking somewhere now," my uncle said. My dad looked up. "Cooking? Like for money?" I nodded. "Yeah, people like it." My mom laughed too quickly. "Well, let's not get carried away." But I noticed something. They stopped joking about my food. They started asking questions instead. "How often do you do it? Is it hard? Do they really pay you?" I answered politely, briefly. I didn't offer details, and that bothered them more than silence ever could. One night, my mom called me after I got home from the cafe. You never cook for us anymore, she said, like an accusation. I kept my voice even. You told me not to bother. That was just a comment. No, I said softly. That was a boundary. She didn't know how to respond to that. Neither did I, really. I was still learning what it felt like to stand on my own side. What I did know was this. Every meal I cooked now had meaning. Every plate was chosen. And the people who once laughed, they were starting to realize they no longer had access. The call came on a Friday afternoon. Everyone keeps asking. I smiled, even though she couldn't see it. I don't cook for people who don't like my food, I said. Silence. Then softer. They didn't mean it like that. I did, I replied, and I listened. The party happened without me in the kitchen, catering this time. Expensive, impersonal, no warmth, no stories in the food. Guests noticed. This doesn't taste like home, someone said. My dad avoided my eyes. My sister poked at her plate. Later, as people were leaving, my mom pulled me aside. We were wrong, she said. No apology, just truth slipping out. I nodded. I know that was enough. I still cook, just not for them. Now when people ask about my food, I tell them where to find it. The cafe, my name on the menu, reservations required. And when my family talks about me, they don't laugh anymore. They lower their voices, because they finally understand something they never did before. Not everyone gets a seat at the table, especially the ones who mocked the cook.